What's up, guys? We have tested a lot of smartwatches and smart bands on our channel, Tech Brothers. I personally use a smartwatch every day to track my health, such as steps, heart rate, sleep, and more. But there is another category of devices that can do the same thing. I'm talking about smart rings. I have tried over 100 different smartwatches and bracelets, but I haven't had any smart ring before. So I am very excited about a new Ultrahuman Ring Air. As I said before, a smart ring is primarily designed to monitor health conditions such as sleep, heart rate, movement, and even temperature. I think smartwatches or smart bracelets are directly competitors to smart rings. So I want to compare the Ultrahuman Ring Air and the popular Xiaomi Smart Band 9 in this video. I will use them both for about 3 days, and then we will compare their metrics such as sleep, heart rate, steps, and more. But let's start with unboxing and design of the smart ring. When you order the smart ring on the website, you will be sent a sizing kit first. Unlike a smart band, you cannot adjust the size of the smart ring, so you need to find the right size for you. The sizing kit looks like this. First, there is a step-by-step guide here on what you need to do, such as try on a sample ring, take the 2-night sizing test, review your ring color, and submit your ring size. The Ultrahuman Ring Air is available in 5 colors. They actually differ not only in color, but also in material. You can try them on this paper. After that, we have 10 sample rings of different sizes, from 5 to 14. As you understand, you need to find your size and be sure to wear it for at least 2 nights. Once you receive the smart ring itself, you can install the app and connect it. But let's unbox it too. The ring comes in a bigger box than the sizing kit. Inside the shipping box, there is a nice product box with a large ring on the front. There is also a sticker on the back with some technical information. By the way, did you know that Ultrahuman is an Indian-based company? The country of origin is India, but it is designed by cybers in India, UAE, and France. For some reason I thought it was a US company. But this is even more interesting. Opening the box, first I see a card with the story of my ring. I chose the raw titanium edition of the Ultrahuman Ring Air, and here is the story about it. Then there is a smart ring itself. We will take a closer look at it a little later. The package also includes a user manual, stickers, charging dock, and USB Type-C cable. After unboxing, I got feeling that this is a premium product. It is premium though because it is priced at $349. So as I said before, I chose the smart ring in a raw titanium color. I like that it is matte. I was actually deciding between this and matte gray, but settled on raw titanium. If you want a glossy ring, you can choose from black, gold, and silver. By the way, I have decided I am going to wear the smart ring on my index finger. The company recommends wearing it on the index, middle, or ring finger, but if none of the sizes fit these fingers, you can wear it on your thumb or little finger. Right or left hand doesn't matter. If you look closely at the ring, you can see that it is made of 2 parts. The outer shell is made of titanium, while the inner of the ring is coated with medical-grade hypoallergenic epoxy resin. I have to say that the Ultrahuman ring is really comfortable on my finger. Talking about the dimensions of the smart ring, it is 8.1 mm wide and 2.45 mm thick. The weight of the ring depends on its size, and it varies from 2.4 to 3.6 grams. I tried to weigh my ring, but the scale showed sometimes 2 and sometimes 3 grams. It doesn't really matter because the ring is very lightweight. By the way, the company claims that this is the world's lightest smart ring. I haven't had other smart rings, so I have nothing to compare it to. On the other hand, I told you that we are going to compare the smart ring and the smart band in this video. And the ring has a big advantage here, because it's much lighter and more comfortable for me. You know, the Ultrahuman Ring Air looks very minimalist from the outside, but the inside is transparent, and we can see its sensors and other hardware. I really like that, because it looks futuristic. There is also an Ultrahuman logo on the inside. What else you should know about the design of this smart ring is the water protection. It is up to 100 meters waterproof, or about 328 feet, for up to 12 hours. So you can shower or even swim in the pool with the ring. Looking ahead, I will say that there is a swimming workout mode in the app. I guess that's all about design, and let's move on to the functions of the Ultrahuman ring. Since the smart ring doesn't have a display, all of its functions are in the app. You know, I have been using the Ultrahuman ring for a couple of days now, so there is already some information about me. First, we can see the movement index throughout the day, which includes calories and steps. You can also tap on it and find steps, activity, active hours, total calories, and workout frequency. The next metric in the app is stress rhythm. The smart ring constantly monitors your heart rate and stress levels, so it can give you a stress timeline for the day. The caffeine permissible window is an additional power plug, and you can activate or deactivate it. In the power plug store, you can see your active power plugs. Most of them are free, such as screen time, cycle and ovulation, vitamin D, circadian alignment, caffeine window, and pregnancy insights. But there are also some paid power plugs, such as cardio, adaptability, and AFib detection. Some new power plugs are expected soon, such as travel jet lag, weight loss, and smart alarm. Let's go back to the main screen. Another important and useful function of the Ultrahuman ring is dynamic recovery. It analyzes 6 metrics for your body recovery, such as resting heart rate, skin temperature, 7 days HRV firm, sleep index, and current stress rhythm score. By the way, the Ultrahuman ring uses dynamic recovery tracking via SDNN and RMSDNN metrics. One of its main competitors, Oura Ring, uses only RMSSD metrics. Finally, there is a sleep index in the app. This is actually the most useful feature for me. There is a lot of information about sleep, such as total sleep time, time in bed, contributors to your sleep, sleep stages, sleep cycles, movements, heart rate variability, advanced sleep biomarkers, and temperature. I haven't seen so much information about sleep on any smartwatch or smart band. The smart ring even tells you of your sleep depth. That's not all the functions in the app. There are also breath work with many breathing exercises and workout modes. By the way, when you start walking mode or any other outdoor workout, it shows you a map of your movement. Although the ring doesn't have a built-in GPS, it uses a navigation in your smartphone. There are also individual markers in the app, such as heart rate, cardio age, temperature deviation, HRV, resting heart rate, and a VO2 max. In addition, the app has smart goals for the day. You can delete some goals or add your own here. You know, the Ultrahuman company has another product to measure the impact of the food and activity on your body in real time. If you already have it, you can add it to the app. In zones, you can share your scores with your friends. Finally, under the Discover tab, you can find meditation courses, workouts, and bedtime stories for better sleep. All of this is completely free of charge. So at the beginning of the video, I told you that we will compare the Ultrahuman Smart Ring with the Xiaomi Smart Band 9. Just so you understand, the Smart Ring costs 10 times more than the Smart Band. I used both devices on the same arm for 4 days. First, let's compare the first day, before bedtime. There is no sleep and many other information yet. However, we can see the steps. The Xiaomi Smart Band 9 claims that I walked 15-14 steps, while the Ultrahuman Ring counts 27-14 steps. That's a big difference, right? We will see how it goes the next few days. The next morning, we already have details about the sleep. The Xiaomi Smart Band says I got 7 hours and 43 minutes of sleep. I woke up twice during the night. We can also see sleep stages in the app. The Ultrahuman Ring claims that the sleep duration was 7 hours and 5 minutes, but I was in the bed 8 hours and 50 minutes. As I said before, there are many information about the sleep in the app. In general, sleep stages from the Smart Band and the Smart Ring look similar. By the way, I took a little walk outside that day, and the Smart Ring automatically detected this activity and suggested me add it to the app. That's really cool. In the evening, before going to bed, I checked steps one more time. There are 9,306 steps in the Ultrahuman app and 6,581 steps in the Mi Fitness app. The difference in steps is pretty big again. Morning of the day 3. The Smart Ring says I slept 7 hours and 45 minutes. The sleep index is pretty low. I should pay attention to the sleep efficiency. In the app of the Smart Band, we can see 8 hours and 21 minutes sleep, which is a bit longer than it actually was. At the end of the third day, let's compare steps once again. The movement score from the Ultrahuman Smart Ring is 78, which is pretty low. I also consumed 1886 calories and walked 6591 steps. In the Mi Fitness app, we can see 4632 steps walked and 397 calories consumed. Don't be scared by the difference in calories, because the Smart Ring counts calories consumed in both active and resting states, while the Smart Band only counts calories consumed in active state. However, the difference in steps is still significant. Finally, the last morning of our test, comparing the Smart Ring and the Smart Band, I had a pretty bad night, so my sleep index is quite low, only 74 points. The sleep duration in the Ultrahuman app is 5 hours and 40 minutes, and it is 5 hours and 47 minutes in the Mi Fitness app. But for some reason, the Smart Band decided that I had a nap for 1 hour and 20 minutes this morning. I think it was a light stage of sleep, but not a nap. So what are my conclusions from this comparison? The Smart Ring and Smart Band track sleep duration very similar, with a difference of maybe half an hour. However, the Ultrahuman Ring collects and provides you with much more information about your sleep. This is very important, because you can improve the quality of your sleep based on this information. As for steps throughout the day, the Smart Ring counts 30% more steps than the Smart Band. Honestly, I trust Smart Band more, because I think I move my fingers with the ring more often than my whole hand. Because of this, the Smart Ring can count steps even when I'm sitting down. What I also like about the Ultrahuman Smart Ring is that it automatically detects activity and notifies you to sync the data. See your HRV report about time to taper off caffeine, take a moment to stretch, or even just lets you know you have taken the ring off. Finally, let's talk about the battery. The Smart Ring is very compact and lightweight. And to be honest, I don't see where the battery is here at all. It has a capacity of 24 mAh. For comparison, the Xiaomi Smart Band is equipped with 233 mAh battery, which is 10 times more than the Ring's battery. The Ultrahuman company promises 6 days of battery life on a single charge. Before comparing the Smart Ring and Smart Band, they were both charged at 100%. After about 4 days of use, the battery life of the Ring was down to 51%, so it can really last for 6 days or even more, depending on your activity. If you're interested in the Smart Band battery, it is 82% after 4 days of use. So it is time to draw conclusions about my first Smart Ring. I really like the concept of this device because the ring is lightweight, comfortable and stylish. Ultrahuman Ring Air is a premium product made of high-quality materials. It also features advanced technology that many other wearable devices, such as the Xiaomi Smart Band 9, don't have. The smart ring tracks more metrics and gives you more tips to improve your health. However, the advantages of the smart band are the screen, which gives you some information without a smartphone, much longer battery life, and a much lower price. And what would you choose, a smart watch, smart band or smart ring? Write in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you soon!